Hey, it's Lee. I'm here with another pickups video. This week wasn't too bad. After a couple really lean weeks, we at least hit one pretty good sale. Turns out it wasn't as good as I thought it was. But, you know, at least we found one place that had a ton of stuff at the yard sale. We found a bunch. There was a huge community yard sale. Probably, I think they said at least 121 families had already signed up for this yard sale, and I can confirm that number was pretty accurate. The problem is we didn't really get there until a little bit later on in the day, which is not normally what we do. We usually try to get out pretty early, and it had been picked pretty cleanly by the time we got there. My friend Christian did manage to get a bunch of PC games, like old PC games on discs and stuff like that, and he's got a couple PCs set up to play them. I am not a PC gamer, so I was not finding much. But the good news is that prior to going to that community sale, we actually went to another yard sale that it's kind of in a very secluded area, and for some reason last week I said, man, someday we should go in there and see if we can find a yard sale, because I'm sure that it won't get as much traffic as any other yard sale, and we might do well. And sure enough, we found one, and it was kind of great. Because right up front was a giant box of video games. And while they weren't particularly retro, which is what I go for, there was at least a nice selection of non-sports titles. Christian picked a bunch of really good ones. He got, pretty good ones. On the 360, I think he got Darksiders, and he got a couple original Xbox games. I didn't manage to pick any original Xbox games, but I will show you what I was able to get. So here is Oblivion on the 360. Now, I don't actually have a functioning 360, but, you know, somewhere down the line, I'm pretty sure I will. So I'm kind of building up the collection before I even get there. All the Elder Scrolls games are playable for me. I'm not a huge fan necessarily, but I haven't really tried them all that much. But I played a few of them. So yeah, getting Oblivion, not a bad deal. And I believe I think it would probably sell for a little bit more money than a lot of other games. Right? The Elder Scrolls games seem to retain their value a little bit more. And the other game I saw that was somewhat interesting was this Dark Messiah, and I believe it is a Might and Magic game. So I don't know too much about it, but it just kind of looked cool. The cover art, at least, was pretty great, and then there's this demon guy in the back. So that looked cool. Again, these are just kind of purchases for the sake of. I'm convinced it's a deal, so I buy it, even though I don't know anything about it. So. Then there was a stack of PSP games, and as you might have seen if you watch my videos, I recently acquired a PSP from my friend Nick. I think that's in video 75, pickups video 75, something in that range. So yeah, I just got a PSP, figured, you know, I can actually collect these now. Now, I was kind of excited. The price was good on these things. I'm going to explain afterwards, but I just noticed this. It does not have a disc. So this is God of War Chains of Olympus, but clearly I do not have the game. I only have a case. Always check the case, because I actually paid for this. Granted, I didn't pay all that much. But I got a couple playable games here. So this is Twisted Metal Head On, the Greatest Hits Edition. Is it in perfect shape? Absolutely not. But, you know, Twisted Metal games, very playable. And I really have nothing else for the PSP, so this is my PSP collection I'm showing right now. Here is Ratchet & Clank, Size Matters, a game that I already own on the PS2, I believe. But, again, no PSP collection, so anything I was picking up was a little bit of a bonus. And that's alright. That game's in good shape, at least. Here is Untold Legends, Brotherhood of the Blade. I know nothing about this. That's an action RPG. It's complete. Oh, wait a minute. Maybe I don't have this game because this is God of War. that person would have killed me if I had OCD. Alright, so I don't have Untold Legends unless it's in a different game box. Now I have to check them all. You know what? I'll just check them as I go. Now, this game I know is incomplete. It does not have the manual, but this is Kingdom of Paradise. And I suspect it's an RPG. It doesn't really say much. It looks really kind of crappy from the cover. And cool, it's a different game that's in here. Which game, do you ask? This game, Grip Shift. Well, that's awesome. Now I have a puzzle to solve. So yeah, I picked up this game, Grip Shift. Looks like a futuristic racing game. Those are always fun. And what's in here? Okay, so that's good news. These games are interchanged, so that's easy to do. This is Kingdom of Paradise. So the game I don't have is this Untold Legends game. I'll live. It's fine. Now, let's show the stack. Might as well. So they were selling these games for $1 a piece, and I didn't deal down or anything like that. I thought that was a very reasonable price. I don't think I got anything valuable in here, but at $1 a piece, I know I'm not losing money, and all of a sudden, I have a PSP collection. An incomplete PSP collection, and, you know, I was kind of talking about OCD earlier. I haven't been diagnosed with it, but I think I have a slight case of it. So I might go a little bit nuts over not having that disc in there, but other than that, this is overall a pretty good day. This was by far, within the first 15 minutes of us doing the yard sales, we had this in hand. And I think Christian got a really nice set of games, probably nicer than this. So it was a very high yield yard sale, and it kind of made the rest of the day just gravy. Also had 3 different types of lemonades from 3 different children. So I might be out of action next week with either pink eye, lice, or some other disease, maybe strep throat. So just warning you, might not be a video just because 3 children handled beverages that I consumed. All right, thanks for watching.